TYT Sports on this Sunday, we follow the Champions League final from yesterday, a final that Barcelona certainly at the beginning of the season had aspirations of competing in, and now they have made a splash in signing Neymar. Now, many people obviously know he's 21 years old, but there is this sort of feeling that, you know what, he's not good enough yet. I'm not sold on him. I'm just not that sold on a guy who just doesn't have... He has the experience with Santos where he scored a ton of goals compared to the matches that he appeared in. But when people saw him in the Olympics, especially against Mexico in the final, he was a ditz. But, you know, the technical skills are there. The flashiness is certainly there. The dribbling skills, certainly there. But there are just questions about, can him and Lionel Messi, well, play well together? They're pretty much two captains on one team. I believe that should not be a problem, but I wouldn't be surprised, and I believe he's going to sign what seems like a lengthy contract with Barcelona, FC Barcelona, that there will be some highs and some lows at times, but the big question for me is, what happens with Christian Teo? What happens with Cesc Fabregas? What happens with Alexis Sanchez? David Villa? I mean, what happens with all these players since Neymar is now there? It's interesting. So let's just get into it really quickly, and then we'll get to your tweets on this matter that I asked you guys through, obviously, on Twitter. Now, the deal is a reported 60 million euros, or 51.3 million pounds. They're probably going to have a press conference for him on June 1st after the La Liga season, after La Liga's season ends. He's 21 years old, 20 goals and 32 caps for his country of Brazil, 138 goals in 229 matches, the South African Player of the Year. He earns $20 million. $20 million in salary and endorsements. Incredible. So now we take a look at this. I believe this is via The Guardian, so we're going to put that up right now. The contract is obviously complex. You guys can decipher it for yourselves. And then they go on to say this. But Santos held 100% of his registration. In the end, Barcelona reportedly agreed to pay Santos and those partners around 28 million euros, plus a further 30 million euros to the player and close to 9 million in agents' fees. Incredible. A down payment of 10 million euros had already been made in January 2011. Neymar will sign a 5-year contract on a salary of 7 million euros a season. In total, that means the package is worth more than 100 million euros. Absolutely incredible. Now, in my humble opinion, the one area of need that Barcelona had to fill was getting a tall defender. They are so susceptible to goals off of corner kicks, off of set pieces, off of free kicks, what have you. Crosses in the box, no matter what. They are so susceptible to it. But they're horrible in the air. They lose aerial duels all the time. That's why they lost in some part to the Champions League winners of Bayern Munich. So we get to your tweets on this matter. That's just my opinion. We get to your tweets on Neymar joining Barcelona. So here we go. Said Yama Akbari tweets at Rickstrom, coming from a huge Barca fan, dumb transfer. They don't need another skinny dribbler. They need a 190-centimeter beast. And Courtois is a keeper. They should definitely try to find a replacement for Victor Valdez. Josh Mantle tweets at Rickstrom, Barca still need an upgraded net and some better defenders to regain dominance. Neymar could be great, or the next Robinho. Why so serious, tweets at Rickstrom. Regarding Neymar to Barca, it's a great move. We'll see how he performs week in, week out, and whether he'll shine. Amit tweets at Rickstrom, he will fit in with the rest of the divers in that league. Jeez. Harsh much. Brown Mama tweets at Rickstrom, he certainly meets the height requirement. This is turning into comedy hour. Muhammad S.A. tweets at Rickstrom, Neymar joining Barca, I don't know. I don't think he will be a good fit in La Liga. I hope to see him in the EPL. So obviously you wanted him to join Chelsea, it sounds like. Shaheen Ponders tweets at Rickstrom, way too overrated and doesn't know the European game. Should go to Italy first, then Barca if he's proven himself in Serie A. Eduardo says, highly overrated player who must raise his game to earn a place in the best team in the world. Hashtag Barca. B tweets at Rickstrom, an ego that will challenge Messi's ego. Recipe for disaster. So obviously there are differing opinions on Twitter. Now we turn to you guys on the great medium of YouTube. What do you guys think about this transfer? Leave a thought in the comments. Will Neymar be successful? It's up to you guys. I'd love to discuss with all you. Hit the like button and do us a huge favor. It would mean the world. Subscribe to TYT Sports.